Hey guys, it's Alice again. I hope you're all doing good. So today is another university video. If you don't already know, I'm uploading every single day this week all about university, so I will leave the link to all the other videos down below. Please do make sure you give this a thumbs up if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already so you don't miss out on all my uploads, and let's just get straight into the video. So I actually have compiled a list of things that you probably won't need right at the start, and they'll probably save you space, save you time and save you money, which is always a bonus as a student. So I've got my phone, I'm just going to read them off. The first thing is an iron. Don't buy an iron. I can honestly, hand on heart, say that I have not touched an iron in the whole 2 years I have been at university now, and I don't really plan on doing it. Top tip is, as soon as you get things out of the washing machine, hang them up, and they usually like drip dry without any creases in them, and it's amazing. If you're in desperate need of an iron at some point, you could either hang it in the shower and let the steam, not in the shower, hang it in the bathroom whilst you're taking a shower, just to clarify, don't hang your clothes in the shower, and then that will drop the creases out too. But yeah, I just think an iron is going to take up space and you're probably not going to need it. If you do desperately need to iron like a work shirt or something a little bit more formal, then maybe consider it, but I wouldn't take one with you initially, because you don't even know if you need one, and maybe someone in your flat's got one anyway. The next thing is also an appliance or electrical tool of some sort, and this is kitchen appliances. So try not to take toasters, toasty makers, kettles, anything kind of electrical for your kitchen, because if you're going in a shared flat especially, you don't know if it's already there, like you don't know if someone else has bought the same thing, and then you're going to end up with like 6 toasters and 5 kettles and too much stuff, and there's not going to be enough room. So when you first move in, I'd say don't buy anything like that. Either arrange it with your flatmates beforehand if you've managed to connect with them like online before you get there. If not, just wait until you get there, and then if it happens that none of you have brought one, you can all just put a few pounds in together and go and get a nice cheap one from the local shop. I feel like that's just so much easier. The next thing is try not to take your entire wardrobe. Now, if you know me well, you'll know that I have a lot of clothes, I have a little bit of a shopping addiction, and my wardrobes in my hometown are rather large. Well, usually when you go to uni, your wardrobes are considerably smaller, so it is going to be near impossible to take your entire wardrobe, depending on how much you have. But if you're like me and you have quite a lot of things, try and like tone it down to the basics and the essentials, your favourite few pieces, things that kind of mix and match and work together, and then you don't have to take up as much space in your wardrobe, and you don't have as much washing to do. So it's like a double bonus, really. Less washing, more space. The next thing is not to take non-essential toiletries. So any like luxurious soaps and big bottles of shampoo and loads of stuff like that, I'd say not to take that straight off, because you're going to waste space in your suitcase, there's more things to carry up into your room, and it's just unnecessary. Just make sure you've got a few things for the first night, like some deodorant, I don't know, shower gel, a razor, various little things that you'd need for like 1 or 2 nights, and then when you need to go and buy out some big bottles of shampoo, conditioner, body wash, you can go into the local town or city, go and explore a little bit and buy your own. It kind of forces you to go out and explore the city and get to know your surroundings, which is obviously going to be really good. You can even go out on a little day trip with your flatmates and bond with them. So yeah, I'd say just kind of take the essentials and go out and buy the rest. The next thing I actually did take with me in first year and second year, and I do regret it because I never ended up using it. So this one is a printer. I'd say don't take a printer. Obviously, unless you're on a course that's like, I don't know, accounting and you need to print out a lot of things, then maybe consider taking one. But I mean, I do media. I had like a very beefy printer that took up so much room, and I probably have printed 10 pages on it ever since being there for 2 years. Like, honestly, it wastes space. I haven't used it all year this year, and the ink in it has now dried out, so now I've wasted the money that I paid for the ink. Like, it's just a whole load of money and space that you don't really need to be like taking up. So yeah, I'd say don't take a printer. Lots of universities usually have printers in the library. My university has printers in every single building, and when we get there, we get printer credits. So when I was a first year, we got £5, I think, and I still haven't used that, so I haven't actually paid for any printing so far. That's great. Bargain. The next thing is actually something that I found online when I was looking up ideas for this video, and this is your old school books. Try not to take your old schoolwork. It's just going to add clutter to your room and take up the valuable storage space that you're not going to have much of in the first place. I didn't even consider taking my old school books because I took 2 years out before I started university, but I suppose for some courses, if you're taking something similar that you took at A-level or at college, then it might be tempting to take your notes, but the likelihood of you actually actually looking at them and them coming in handy is very low when you've got a library at your fingertips and you can go and ask your tutors. The penultimate thing is stationery. Try not to take too much stationery. Now, I need to tell myself this year because in first year I went a little bit crazy. I bought notebooks for each module, I bought pens, I bought sticky notes, I bought so much. I was just excited, and I'm not gonna lie, most of those things are either not even used, still in their packets, or just like redundant. I just haven't used them. Like, after a week of me carrying around 6 notebooks, I gave up and decided my shoulders were killing from carrying them around. So I ended up just carrying one notebook with different dividers in it and using that for all my topics. Depending on the course, obviously you might need actual separate ones, but don't take 6, that's silly. Also, don't buy any pens, like don't buy any biros, because when you get to Freshers Week, you'll be swimming in pens and like free little bits and bobs, and you'll realise that you probably didn't need to buy that really expensive pack of posh pens because you probably won't end up using them. Honestly, I am so guilty of this. It's very tempting to buy cute stationery, but try and save your pennies and wait until you get there. And the final thing is actually a slight contradiction coming from me, but this was written down in a lot of the blogs that I looked at when looking at this video, and this is your car. I actually have my car at university and have had it for the 2 years, and if it wasn't an ultimate necessity for me to have it, I would leave it at home, because in first year it cost me £500 for the year to park in Lincoln. That is crazy, and I know a lot of cities are similar to that, and literally once my car was in the city, I did not move it. It just stayed in that parking space. I drove there on a Monday, it stayed in the space, and I drove back home on a Friday. And that was just because I had a job back in my hometown. Obviously, if it's something you need, you can look into it, but I'd say for the first month or so, don't take it. Weigh it up, think, do you really need it? A lot of universities are usually really well connected. Public transport ends up being a lot cheaper. The only bonus of having a car is that you don't have to carry your shopping home whilst walking, but I mean, there's like Morrison's and Tesco's delivery now, so that is how you can like overcome that one. So I do have my car, but this year especially, it has just sat there. As soon as I get to my university city, it sits there. Actually, one time it sat there for that long and I didn't move it because I couldn't and I didn't need to, that my battery went flat. So I tried to start the car and it didn't start, so I had to call the breakdown recovery. That's how much I don't use my car at university. So yeah, definitely weigh up that option. I'd say go without it for the first month, and then if you're regretting it, try and work it out, but I mean, the money is just ridiculous for cars. So those are my few little things that I think you don't necessarily need for university. If you have any other ideas, things that you took that you kind of shouldn't have or didn't need to, let us know down in the comments. I'm sure people watching will appreciate that. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking forward to the next few videos that I'm going to do. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss them, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one. Bye!